Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls. Assalamu alaikum. My name is EACHTOHER Ahmed, and welcome to today's video. Today, we're going to be touching on Palestine again. This is going to be a 6-minute video. This is going to show us how in East Jerusalem, a lot of Jewish people had come moving in, and Palestinians, people who have been there, have been getting pushed out of their homes they've been in for 100 to 100 years. Family to family, they're getting kicked out, pushed out. And this video is going to show that and show how it's been happening for a very long time. This video, as you can see, is posted on June 8th, 2011. Okay, so that was 12 years ago, I believe. So around 12, 13 years ago, this is what was happening as well. Before Hamas attacked anyone on the 7th of October of 2023, this was happening 12 years ago. So we're going to hop right into it. I'm going to try to not honestly say much or talk much. It's pretty self-explanatory. So.
هذه حارتنا حارة الشيخ جراح المكون من 28 بيت.
And The Guardian posted this, by the way. So this is a pretty big news source.
كل بيت في عائلة فلسطينية عايشة فيه وكل عائلة فلسطينية لها قصة مع المستوطنين. هون بيتنا اللي تم الاستيلاء عليه 3/11 10 الصبح، ما كانش في حدا في المنطقة، واستولوا عليه بطريقة سهلة بمساعدة الشرطة الإسرائيلية. وين ما كان بتلاقي شرطة أو مستوطنين في الشيخ جراح، كأنه الشيخ جراح زي كأنه منطقة عسكرية. بتلاقي كتير دور. فوت على أي دار في الشيخ جراح رح تلاقي قصة محزنة.
So he's saying go ask every single person in this city. Go to every single house. Every single person has a sad story. Every single one of these people have been kicked out or oppressed or some type of way by the settlers who keep moving in. Now, settlers who keep moving in are obviously the Jewish people, and the people who are being oppressed and kicked out are obviously the Palestinian people. So it says the El-Qud family built an extension of their front house. Israeli court ruled that the extension is illegal and it could therefore be taken over by Israeli settlers. So basically they built another half onto their house, and the state deemed that to be, against policy, against the law. So because of that, the government was allowed to take that portion of their property and their land and then just sell it off to whoever they wanted else.
شلون عمل تخريم شلون ليه متلخشين يا ابوي تخريم شلون سوري يا سوري يا
Like just imagine this. Stop with your ignorance. Just imagine this for 2 seconds. Just literally 2 seconds. You live in a house. Your dad goes outside and he starts building an extension of your house. He starts building a shack, a shed, right? To keep all of his tools in, to keep his lawnmower in, whatnot. He builds this shed. After he builds this shed, right, the Florida government comes and tells your dad, hey, Mr. Dad, your shed is illegal. So because your shed is illegal, what we're going to do is now we're going to take your land. That was your land to begin with. Even though that you built illegal construction on it, we're going to take the whole chunk of land and what you built. And now that it was illegal for you to build that, we got you to build that for free, and we got your land back, cut your land in half, and then sold it off to somebody else legally. So now someone else is living in your backyard in the shed legally, in telling you, I'm going to take your whole house, I'm going to take your whole house, I'm going to take your whole house. But it was illegal for you to build it. But you literally built it for that person for free. Think about that for a second. It's illegal for you to keep it and hold the land, but they steal the land from you because you did something illegal, and then they make it legal on someone else to come live there and take that land over. As you can see, they came to the house. When they came to the house, they were dancing around and singing. They were happy because they got a house.
تواجد الجيش إشي طبيعي في الحارة عشان يوفروا الأمان والحماية للمستوطنين.
رح نورجيكم هلا زي ما انتم شايفين، بس نوصل نقرب شوي. صديق شمعان
واللي هو مكان عبادة للمستوطنين. أنا عن جد خايف، مع إني فتت على هذا المكان أكثر من 3 مرات، بس كل مرة بفوت فيها ما قدرتش أتوغل أكثر من المحل اللي أنا فيه هلا. فهل من ممكن إنه أفوت لجوا أكثر؟ وهل ستكون نهايتنا إنه نركض إحنا في الآخر؟
How this is like? You know when you hear those stories of like what happened before Martin Luther King and stuff, like the black kids in the white neighborhoods. Like imagine you were a black child, mid-90s, and you lived on a block with a bunch of other black children and people. And then over the next 10 years, a bunch of white people came in, started buying up all your property, knocking down your houses, pushing you out. And you got pushed out further and further into a more worse, poverty-stricken, unable to find a job type of place, right? And your rights are stripped from you and things like this are stripped from you. And you have to grow up. Now you're 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, all the way to 20 years old. You've been pushed out. You've been broken, beaten. Your family has gone into poverty. And you're watching these people reconstruct the neighborhood that they forced you out of and live there and dance and sing and eat and have jobs and do everything while you're suffering and you're poor and your family is poor and they can't get a job and they can't make money because all of these people moved in, kicked you out, and took that whole economy from you. That's what these kids are doing right now. Is it seems like they're going into like the backyards of like the alleyways to where the Israeli settlers are. You get what I'm saying? Like where these Israelis are coming in and settling in. And they're just like poking at them. That's what it looks like.
شايفين في مستوطن بس هلا مش شايفين. البيت اللي طلع الزبالة.
طبعا أنا مش راح أسترجي أفوت ولا يلا. متنقلين جنبين سوريا مهبتين.
كوني شباب كوني.
اسكتي. هي هربت قبلي.
ها؟ وين بدك تروحي؟
فوق
شو بدك تسوي؟
الشاشة
عن شعر. طب هاتي بوسة الكاميرا.
العبي معها العبي.
Yo, may I remind you guys, this is Jerusalem. This isn't the West Bank and this isn't Gaza. This is East Jerusalem.
معلومة قصيرة عن هذه ساحة الألعاب. إذا زي ما شايفين هناك هذيك الساحة كل أم مستوطنة معهم مفتاح.
لا هذا القفل المحطوط على الباب.
إمتى ما بده ابنها يلعب فيه بيقدر يفوت. أما إذا يعني طفل فلسطيني فات عليه رح ياكل أكله من المستوطنين.
So they have a separate playground for the Jewish kids, and if the Palestinian kids try to go and play with the Jewish kids in that private playground, which has a key that every Jewish mother has, is what he's saying, in that neighborhood, then they get hit. They get abused for trying to play with the other kids, the Jewish kids. Which is sickening, guys. Like, this is sickening. This is like America in the 1800s with the black people. This is disgusting. You want to talk about slavery? It's happening in front of your eyes. Like, what? Separate playground? Imagine living in this home for your whole life, 50 years, 40 years, These guys show up and go, this is our garden, this is our house, Israel's alive, Israel will live forever, we're gonna take the whole thing, we're gonna take the whole thing. And you've been living here for generations.
אנחנו מאוד אוהבים את הגינה הזאת, משקיעים בה הרבה. בעזרת אלוקים, אנחנו נצליח לגרש אתכם מכל הדירות פה.
عمر يا محمد
بيت شامل.
ما تدق שלום. باي.
Even the kids are.
هاي هون صار الاشي بمهد الصدفة؟ لا طبعا، هذا الاشي بصير يوميا. باصات سياحية يهودية بتيجي بتعرفهم عن المنطقة، بتورجيهم قديش انه المستوطنين عايشين هون يا حرام زي المساكين والعرب دايما.
That's crazy. He's saying that they bring a bunch of tourists in and they show them to basically brainwash them, and they tell them that the settlers, the people who are settling inside of these homes on top of the Palestinian people who have been there for hundreds of years, they're saying that those Israelis are the victims, and they're coming and showing these Israeli tourists, the people who visit Israel here, they're coming and showing them the Palestinians are the problem, these guys are the problem, poor Jewish people, look at this.
دايما هم البهجوم، بس الاشي دايما بصير هون العكس.
You're gonna see pure evil. Like, I could just tell. It's like there's being mean, there's being rude, and there's being aggressive, and then there's being pure evil. And like, these people are pure evil. They're like visiting a random home site, and they're like, this is tourism.
כאן זה הבית הבעייתי ביותר, בוא נראה לו ככה. גרים כאן, חציו של הבית, החלק החדש שאתם רואים, נבנה בצורה לא חוקית, ולכן בית המשפט החליט, היות וזו הפרה של תנאי הדייר המוגן, החליט לתת לנו את החלק שנבנה באופן לא חוקי.
So they built something illegally, and then the court was like, you built it illegally, let me just give it to somebody else legally. How is that portion of the land still not illegal and that portion of the house still not illegal? Even though you're giving it to someone else. It's even more illegal now.
Okay.
ممنوع بالارض يما. هلو هاي كتب ممنوع لان كتب شكت.
Yeah, like imagine 25, 30 people showing up to your house with a megaphone and going, we kicking these people out of their house. These people built a shack on the side of their house and we took their land, and we moved in Jewish people and we'll continue to do it, and screw these people. Like, imagine that. Imagine someone comes into your home and does this to you.
شيك براسك. بدي لك مشترى.
נוכל גם להוציא אותם מהבית וזה יקרה. נשמח לעדכן אתכם.
גנבים, 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 גנבים.
אבינו חי, אבינו חי, אבינו חי. עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל, עם ישראל. Let's get back onto the bus. And let's go back and try and acquire more properties. Very nice, יפה מאוד. יש עוד דירה, יפה מאוד.
اجت.
We're here to stay. Don't you ever forget it.
This guy said, let's get back on the bus and try to acquire more properties.
You're a murderer.
And these are Americans. Like, you hear their voice, you hear their accent, and I'm not, like, they're just Jewish people with money who are going and settling in land they don't belong in. And when I say they don't belong in, I don't care if your great grandfather 4,000 years ago settled there. You are literally pure evil. Like, to compare yourself to the prophets of God who were making covenants and contracts with God, like Jacob, whose name is Israel, or Isaac or Judah, you guys are nothing compared to them. Those are prophets of God. Those are pure men. Those are honorable men. They would never do anything like this. You are a murderer. Yeah, they were the ones that kicked you out of your home, right? And took half your house, and then they come in buses of tourists and then make fun of you, laugh at you, and sing at you and call you names. Yeah, they're the murderers. Anyways, guys, awesome video today. I just wanted to show you guys this. I want to show you guys that this is way deeper than just what happened on October the 7th. This is way deeper than Hamas is terrorist. This was happening before Hamas exists. This is happening 11, 12 years ago. This was happening 40 years ago. This is happening for a very, 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 very long time. Israel has grown from the size of a quarter to the size of my hand in the matter of 70 years. So it has been a problem. People are getting pushed out by the millions. Every single 10, 15 years, millions of people are being pushed out, and millions of people are being killed. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming in, watching today's video. If you liked the video, leave a like, leave your comments down below, let me know what you thought. And until next time, peace in the Middle East, and free Palestine.